What is going on, traders? We're not going to waste any time. Like, subscribe, comment your thoughts below. Let's get into the video. Now, today was pretty weird. Mondays are always weird, really, in the market. We had some type of a pretty much rally towards the upside on the SPY, and then we pretty much gave it all back. So, my expectations heading into tomorrow, I'm not really expecting much of a rally heading into tomorrow or any big upside or anything, or even major downside. I think downside is going to be very limited as far as the overall market. Now, some of you have been saying that I don't go over SPY enough, and I'm always going over ES and NQ and things like that, and they're pretty much the same thing. But I do understand. Okay, so I will try to go over the SPY and triple Qs more often. So looking at the SPY today, we failed to hold above 512. It was pretty much a weird day. I mean, we tried to, I guess, reach new highs, and we pretty much did. But right now, we failed to hold above 512. So next target I'm looking at is 510. After 510, you're looking at a move towards 508, 507 range. All right. You fail if you end up giving up 507, then you're looking at a move towards 505 and then 503.5. So potential moves, something like this. If we just so happen to gap down tomorrow, you see 510, 508, then you just continue to create lower highs. All right. So something like that is not the greatest drawing, but you get the idea, right? As far as upside goes, you want to see a break and hold back above 514.2. After that, you're looking at a move towards 515. In my last video, I did have a target on the SPY at around 518, 520. I do think that's still possible. If we just so happen to have a sell off heading into tomorrow, we could be creating more space for the SPY to go higher and even reach as high as 530. So that is on the table. Okay. I do think 530 is on the table. I'm not saying it's legit or anything, but it is possible. Okay. But right now, short term, I'm looking at 518, 520. All right. Triple Qs. So triple Qs, pretty much the same thing here. I want to see a break and hold back above 40. I mean, not 40, 446. After that, you're looking at a move towards 448 and then 450. I still have a target on the triple Qs to 450. As far as downside goes, we failed to hold above 445, so I am looking at a move back towards 440 heading into open, if not during that day. So I'm not extremely bearish, but those are the key levels that you want to look out for. Not only that, but I meant to say this on the SPY, but you're pretty overbought here on the triple Qs. Even I believe on the daily you're overbought as well. And as you guys can see, the triple Qs and SPY as of lately just don't care about being overbought or oversold, and we could pretty much hold these levels for a very long time before we see any type of sell off. So just keep that in mind before just start screaming bears are here and rug pull and all that stuff. Just keep those things in mind. So 440 as far as downside, and then 450 is my upside target. So if you're bullish, you just want to see some type of bounce off 440, 439 being the lowest. All right. SQQ. Actually, let's look at NQ real quick because I want to make sure things correlate with you guys, right? NQ as well. NQ you see is overbought. Uh, Again, typically it takes a while for it to start carrying, but it eventually does carry, I guess. NQ, you want to see if you're bullish, you want to see a bounce off 18,150. After 18,150, you're looking at a move all the way back down to 18,120, and then after that, you're looking at a move towards 18,000. I went over this last video. This area here, we're gonna need news to break past this, so I'm not too worried. We do have news Wednesday, well, major news, which is Jerome Powell testifying in front of Congress at around 10 a.m. Eastern. I will let you guys know. I don't know if you ever watch Congress interview or interrogate somebody, whatever you want to call it, but they're pretty brutal and they're bullies. Okay, they will bully you. Okay, so if you are bullish in the market, you want Jerome Powell to be 10 toes down and be hawkish. I mean dovish. I'm sorry. So keep that in mind. Thursday, I believe he testifies again at the same time, 10 a.m. Eastern. So keep that on your calendar. Me personally, I probably wouldn't be trading that day or even towards that day, if anything. You probably should be sitting on cash. I imagine the market is going to be very volatile that day. But that's what I'm looking at as far as NQ. My price target on NQ is still 18,500. So keep that in mind as well. If we don't get it tomorrow, then I would just sit on my hands and just see what happens Wednesday and Thursday. Yes. ES, you want to see it hold above. Right now, we're at 5132.5. You want to see it hold above 5132. It breaks below 5132. You're looking at a move towards 5125, 5124, give or take. After that, you're looking at back at a move towards 5108. Okay, 5108. And again, we're overbought here on ES. I believe we're overbought on the daily chart as well. So keep that in mind as well. I don't think we're going to see. We'll go over that in a bit, actually. VIX, like I was about to say, I don't think we're going to see again. I say this every video. We're not going to see a major sell off until we fill this gap at 13 on the VIX. That's my personal opinion. I could be completely wrong there. So just keep that in mind. The VIX doesn't really follow indicators or anything, in my opinion. I mean, this thing is just hideous. It just does its own thing. It pretty much does whatever the market does inverse. So just keep that in mind if you don't know what the VIX is. It just does the opposite of what the market does, and it measures volatility mostly. Mostly. SQQ. Somebody asked me about SQQ. SQQ, yes, I'm still in these trades as well. SQQ, I actually rolled them over to June. So if you are following, I rolled those contracts over to June. I also did 31 calls for June 21st, I believe. Whatever the date is on June, it's like one date in June, but I did 31 calls for June 21st. So I did roll those contracts over as well. As you guys can see, SQQ is oversold as well. We're in this falling wedge pattern as well. It looks like we're probably going to break out of it heading into tomorrow. So my targets on SQQ will be 10.8. After that, you're looking at a move towards 11 and then 11.4. So just keep that in mind on SQQ. If you don't know what the SQQ is, it moves inverse of the market. So if the market goes up, SQQ goes down, and vice versa, right? So yes, I'm still in those calls for whoever asked that question. I believe I did answer you, but just in case anybody else is following along, just keep that in mind. And that's pretty. Oh, IWM. I don't go. I feel I don't go over IWM enough, and I do apologize about that. I actually like trading IWM. I have nothing against it, so it's pretty crazy that I don't even go over it sometimes. But IWM overbought on the 4 hour. As you guys can see, we're bear flagging on the IWM. I am in 196 puts for April 21st on the IWM as well. So I don't believe is going to like sell off or anything like that anytime soon, at least this week. But I do have those puts in play in case you do what you want with that information. Okay. But as far as IWM goes, you want to see it is holding above 205. But after 205, you're looking at a move towards 203.5, and then after that, you're looking at 200. And then after that, you're looking at a move towards 198 and then 196 on IWM. So keep that in mind. As far as upside goes, you want to see a break and hold above 208. After that, you're looking at your psych levels. You're in price discovery mode, 210, 212, 215, so on and so forth. So keep IWM on your radar. This is a very bearish pattern right here. As you guys can see, pause. We got this flagpole here, and then we have our bear flag here on the 4 hour. So, and we're overbought here. So there's a lot leaning towards the bearish side on the IWM. Now let's get into some stocks real quick. Congratulations if you took Nvidia. Last video I said, oh, this thing is still going up. Wow. Last video I said I believe Nvidia is going to head towards 850 and then 880. It didn't quite hit 880. It hit like 876.95. So congratulations if you took that trade. We took that trade in Discord and paid out very well on that play. So congratulations if you took that trade. I personally think Nvidia is going to see 900. If we look at unusual wells, you see 900 call came in, 850 call for this week, March '08, and 54 million premium. So Nvidia is looking really good. As far as downside goes, you want to see a break below 850. After that, you're looking at a move towards 825. And Nvidia's overbought as well. So again, but the reason why I think Nvidia could see 900 not only because of unusual wells, but because it's just a weird level to not break. I would say if Nvidia was going to tease a level, it would be 1K, where traders get nostalgic once we start heading towards 1K, and then some rug pull happens there. That would make more sense to me. Not that I'm saying the market follows logic, but that just makes sense to me, right? So that's my thought process on it. AMD, if you took this trade as well, congratulations. I said my price target yesterday was 210. and max was 212. Right now we hit the top of this channel, and it looks like we're getting some type of selling pressure here. Over Currently overbought as well on the 4 hour, so keep that in mind. As far as downside goes, you want to see a break below 205. After that, you're looking at a move towards 203, and then your next target is 200, and then 196 on AMD. As far as upside, you want to see a break above 211. After that, you're pretty much in price discovery mode. Your psych levels 215, 220, so on and so forth. So keep AMD on your radar as well. Okay. Apple. So this is another reason why I don't think a sell off or a huge drop in the market is going to happen anytime. But Apple, regardless of what news is coming out, Apple is still undervalued. That's my personal opinion. Apple, right now I'm in 180 calls on Apple. Maybe I'm just coping, but right now I'm in 180 calls. The Discord bot alerted right here. So the Discord bot alerted 180 calls on Apple for March 8th, and I didn't just go off that, of course. Right now, we're in the supply and demand zone, this 4 hour supply and demand zone. And not only that, we're oversold on Apple as well. So that pretty much keyed me in to take calls on it. We got in at low 174. So right now, we're in profit. Nothing too crazy. Key level I want Apple to break above is 176. We break above 176, then I'm looking at a move towards 177.5. And then after that, you're looking at a move towards 180. So again, I just don't see Apple, if a crash or whatever is going to happens. I don't think Apple is at the price where that would make sense to happen. And I could be wrong. Apple does have the power to carry the market. I do believe when semiconductors are done, Apple could take its turn after that and pretty much carry the market higher. So that is my targets on Apple. As far as downside goes, if it breaks below 173.8, I would say as low as 173, then you're looking at a move towards 170 on Apple. All right. So that's my targets on Apple. Again, we're in 180 calls. Also, in the Discord, we did. Oh, I mentioned those puts on Apple. We sold those puts on Apple, so congratulations if you took that. 172 puts and 160 puts. I actually made more than this. This was like $150. I put it on Facebook as well. So congratulations if you took that. Here are some trades we were in: 185 puts as well. Took profits on Apple. We're in 513 calls for March '08, which is this week, and then 180 calls for Apple. So we'll update you guys on those trades. Well, specifically Apple. Just in case you're curious about this bot, because some people have been asking me, like, is the bot legit and things like that. So we'll update you. Me personally, I think the bot is pretty legit, but that's just my personal opinion. You'll just have to try it out for yourself. Discord link is in the description below, by the way. All right. Google. Google, I didn't alert this, but I am in a trade. I didn't want us to be in two YOLO plays like Apple and Google. Again, Google, I just think hasn't reached its peak yet before a potential market drop or crash, whatever you want to call it. Oversold on Google. My price target, I have 137 calls for March 15th on Google. So I do expect upside on Google. And right now, price target is obviously 137. This gap fill right here, and then after that, we'll see where it goes. But 140 will be my next target after 137. If Google just so happens to break below 130, then I'm pretty much going to get out of the trade. Okay, so and I believe, oh, Tesla. I don't. I am sorry if you went into Tesla. Tesla is just in this tight range. I haven't traded Tesla in like 2 weeks. I took my profit and ran. But as far as upside goes on Tesla, you want to see a break and hold above 196. After that, you're looking at a move towards 200. And look, guys, gap fills are tricky. Okay, gap fills are very tricky. Gap fills, I've said this before. Gap fill resistance and support are very, very strong. And we pretty much filled most of this gap. So you should have got out and just took profit at that point. But Tesla right now is bouncing off this daily supply and demand zone, which is very strong level 186. You want to see it hold above 186. Key level you want to see it break above is 196. But if Tesla gives up 186, then you're pretty much looking back at a move towards 180. If it breaks 180, not 180, but 184. If it breaks back towards 180, and if it breaks below 178, I will have room for concern on Tesla. So keep Tesla on your radar. And I believe that's Amazon. Amazon still looks good as long as Amazon holds above 175. I'm bullish on it. I think Amazon can still see 184, 188, give or take. So keep that in mind. We have this head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders pattern here on Amazon. It is overbought as well. Like majority of the market is overbought. I mean, I don't even know why I'm constantly mentioning that. So yeah, just keep that in mind as far as Amazon. All right, Amazon breaks below 174. I would say 174. Then you're looking at a move towards 172. After 172, you're looking at a move towards 170. So it's a very tight range down here as far as Amazon goes. So again, pretty bullish on Amazon. I just think it still has more upside to go. You want to see a break and hold above 180.5. After that, you're looking at a move towards 183 and then 184 range. All right. Highest I think it could go is probably 188. Okay, that's my highest target I'm looking at as far as Amazon. Other than that, that's really all I have. If you want indicators like this, I actually really love this new indicator they added. Chart Prime link is in the description below. They have some of the best indicators in the game, in my opinion. And if you want to trade stocks, you want to invest into stocks, Robinhood link is in the description below. You get a free stock when you join Microsoft, Apple, all that fun stuff. And that's pretty much it. Discord link is in the description below. You get my signals, stocks, crypto, Forex, all that fun stuff. And that's it. Until the next video, traders, have a good one.